All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the Wake Up with Workday morning show. I am your host, Tony Gilfillan. And as always on Fridays, we have our great friend, Todd Tarpley. Welcome, Todd.
Hey Tony.
We are going to jump into funny things that I find in the world today. This one, not so funny. All of these crazy hardware things are just getting jacked up with all this AI infrastructure in place. It looks like hard drives are now the next victim of the crazy price increase. This 24 terabyte, it is a massive hard drive, is gone up 50% since September. And then subsequently, I found this other article that says RAM prices have gone up 4 times since September. That's just bonkers to me. RAM used to be the cheapest thing in building a PC, and now it's pretty much on par with
Wow.
like the GPUs that you're buying. Like, woof, I don't know when this is gonna stop or what's gonna affect that price, but it seems to be just getting worse and worse. I don't know if you've ever built your own PC, Todd, but hopefully you're not in the market right now.
Years ago, I bought a new PC last year, so I should be good for a little while. Hoping to
Nice,
be.
just in time. I thought this was pretty interesting. If you're familiar with the internet from back in the 2004 era, Dig, this was a Reddit rival way back when. It actually just relaunched kind of a competitive redesign in the realm of the Reddit type of style internet. So we'll see if Dig can have a fighting comeback. I actually did like Dig way back in my high school era, so we'll see what happens. Um, for all those NFL fans out there, the Bears are still in it, and they are playing the Rams this weekend in Chicago in minus degree temperatures. So I'm hoping that plays in their favor. You know, keeping the ball on the ground and out of the hands of Puka Nakua is going to be good for the Bears.
Yes, it
So,
will.
keeping my fingers crossed that we're still in it after this weekend. It's been quite a ride this season. All right, and last, Workday actually released this interesting research on companies leaving kind of AI gains on the table. So I'm not going to read this to you guys, but essentially, there's been a lot of obviously of um, investment in AI all over the place, and it seems like the big consensus is that people are just not getting trained, and they're not really filling the gap with AI where it needs to be. So I think that's just you know very. I don't think it's like groundbreaking to think that by any means. Like people are buying ChatGPT and Claude licenses and just expecting gains to come out of the woodwork where you have to actually put some investment into these agents and these integrations and to make them actually useful. I don't know, Todd, if you have any insights into this one, but I feel like this one's kind of no nonsense. Like,
That's where
obviously,
I'm at.
yeah,
Yeah, if this article was 5 years from now, I think I'd be surprised. But it's going to take some time for people to ramp up and get used to the tools and understand how they can be more efficient on it. It takes a little bit of time. There's going to be a ramp up here.
yeah, I think changing companies to be AI first is the right way to go, but not adjusting any processes and expecting the AI gains to come without any additional training or rework is, going to hurt companies in the long run.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so where we left off yesterday was we had our Orchestrate Insights API giving us data back, but we were having some issues. I was trying to essentially create myself an Orchestrate that would fail every single time it ran, and my
So I
buddy,
helped Tony out.
yes, my buddy Todd here was my savior in breaking orchestrations. Good job, Todd. So what we did here was I created. I have two failing orchestrations now, actually. So we have
Give me
one.
more time, Tony. Give me more time.
So we have one that just has gobbledygook in the URL for the HTTP request, and that is causing a failure. And then I also threw in a validate that always validates as false. Always validates going to explode. So I think both of these are causing an error. I don't think, honestly, this validate component is causing the orchestrate to cause an error, but I think it's causing just an error in the logs where Todd's solution of breaking the URL did cause some errors. So we actually have some error data now to play with. So that's good. And then the other way to create an error was having an integration triggered orchestration that just errors as error. And we haven't run this one yet, but I'm going to save that one because they found this one pretty interesting in the Orchestrate API's output. So if we take a look at those, so this was just recently I ran this, and you'll notice that this one only has three different. Hold on here. Am I in the right one? Yes. So I have my all orchestrations run. I have my always failing run, and I have my app only insights. And then this one was the renamed version of this app only insights that we ran earlier this week. So this was the initial name of that, and this is the name of my new one. But you'll notice that I don't have that other orchestration that is the integration app one. It's not that it won't show up here, it's that I haven't ran it yet. So it's not actually showing up on these APIs until there's some sort of number in these summary states. So it's definitely something to be aware of when you're running these APIs and visualizing this data, is that you're not going to see every single orchestration come through these APIs until there is some sort of run on those orchestrations. And subsequently to that, you won't see these after, 29-ish days?
I think it's set up as 29, but you might get 29 in some hours. So it's somewhere in between that 29 and 30 days
Worth of orchestration
history,
runs. Yeah. So essentially the output from this is basically a month's worth of orchestration data. So you're able to visualize just that amount of data coming back from your orchestrations. All right.
Yeah. The key call out is it doesn't go against your app. It goes against the logs of what's been run. So that's what you're actually querying against, is the log files.
That makes sense. Yeah. So those logs clearing out after a month.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now that we have our data that is failing, so we can see errors, successes, running, and failed. No, I don't have any faileds, so we might need to think of a way to actually make these orchestrations completely break. But we'll let Todd muster on that one for a minute. So now I want to actually start creating a little bit more visualization of this data. I want to put these into charts. So let's actually start playing with our chart 2.0s, so to see what this data looks like when we throw it in a chart. So I'm going to go to visual mode here, and I'll go all the way to the bottom and just drop in, not a new column, I want to drop in a chart. We're going to do a donut chart. And then our data is going to be the same data we're going to pull from, let's see here. Let's grab this one right here. So this Orchestrate Insights dashboard, the app we're working on, and I want to see all this data in my my chart here. So let's go up to the data in this grid. Going to be from this endpoint dot results. Drop that in here. We're just going to see what that gives. It's probably going to blow up because I didn't give it a variable name for the data. Orchestration for the data. We're also going to need two other required fields, the data set and the data set color. So we need to name this color data set, colors. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the labels on the colors for our donut. So we essentially need the keys that are in our data set. So if we look at the actual data and the summary state here, we need, running, always callback, we could probably hard code these because we don't want every single one of them. We want, the ones that we have some data for running success and maybe failed just for a zero in there. Back here. Wonder if I just give it an array. I
That might
can
be the way to play it right now. Initially, see what the rate is. Yeah.
success error. Whoop. Dragging too much. And failed. I believe we also had a running. Running was the other one. Right? And then the data size. So this is basically the number of data elements, I'm pretty sure. So I think this would be a hard coded value of 4 at this point. This is the name of, name the size. Not mistaken. I think that's just 4. Because again, I think it's just the variables that match up here. Nope, that's the actual data. So we have essentially it's plugging in 4 to all of our errors here. Actually, that's interesting. So it's coming through as running. It's pulling data from something. Results. Here. Where is it pulling? Is this value? I'm curious. I replace this, my data set, and like that.
Yeah.
Let's
Um,
go down into it a little bit further. So this was my data set. Got results. Maybe I'll try the other. Have a second. Losing my. Whoop! I have some knocked my mic over. Here. Try this one. So this is all the orchestration, all the apps. What's that working? So try this. Ooh, mixing and matching my data sets here. Work. Get just the running at the cell template. Work. See what comes through when I do that. Okay, so it is coming, just giving me the running. Let's do just summary state. But I don't want all of them, so I think it's going to mix match. It's like I need to almost pare it down to just the keys I want, or else it's going to have all of them.
yeah.
Or maybe I'll just put all of them in there and it's be smart enough to populate only the ones that have data.
No, I think you could try that, but I think what we need to do is set it up more like I can message you something here. Any luck on that one there? Did it take anything?
So I was gonna build out my little fake data here to just an array of all of these. Running. Pardon my hard coding.
Just gonna try putting them all in there like that. Okay.
I don't know a good way to get the keys from this object, honestly. And failed. Dude, almost there, guys. Cancel requested. How do you get a cancel requested? Is there a way to stop a running orchestration?
Good question. Um, Maybe through the O for I framework, where you could try to cancel something that is
Oh,
processing.
like a processing integration. Yeah.
Yeah, because integrations have the ability to request a cancel. So I'm guessing that's it.
Didn't like that. Darn it. Oh, so you think we have to actually build? Probably need to build something like this.
Yeah, I'll send you the cookie sample that I have with the shape of this. And I'm going to send you over the shape for a different one, but it's going to be hard to move that over to this specific. Let's say if we did,
The good idea is actually just taking a look at EMD widget dictionary.
the cookie sample is the one that has the shape. So if you go to the, I would go right down to, you could go to the donut one. Is it donut 2.0?
Where?
Oh, you're in PMD dictionary. Chart is the one
Oh,
I'm in.
that's right. Chart dictionary. So these are just handy little apps in the app catalog to kind of reference for stuff like this.
Yeah, it's how do you do it? See an implementation of it. So on the chart, you see the cookie data script is the one used. So that's the data set. That's a script in your scripts folder. You'll be able to see what that shape looks like. There you go, cookie data right there. So now we got to make our thing look like this. So
Gotcha.
maybe run status instead of cookie type.
So These are JSON objects. It's honestly just returning. I
You're right.
like this, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
We need to figure out how to leverage. Oop, all goofed up here. Back to my donut chart. Data.actual sales and cookie type. So we essentially need to flatten this data.
Yeah. So we have to turn it into like each element is a status, I think is where I was going with it. Is that what you mean by flatten it?
Yeah. So like on the script here, we kind of have that, don't we? Have, this would be like running 0, whatever.
But I think like cookie type would be status is the way I'm thinking about it. So you have the first status of
Mm-hmm.
running and then account. And then feels like we need at least a third dimension here. But I think we could figure that out.
So if we grab this like this, curious. Does not like. I was just trying to dump the array in there, see if it was smart enough. So the data set here is my color data set well formed. I think this is fine. I think this is actually what it's looking for. But this problem is the size. This is looking back to the chart. Actual sales for the size. Actual sales. I didn't. Here it is. Just chart data dot actual sales. Oh, I see. I'm. I think I was misreading what you were putting down there, Todd. So like you're saying, we need to have like, yeah, cookie type running, and
Mm-hmm.
then
The
like
total amount,
yeah, amount
the total
0 or
numbers.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder. Let's see how smart Gemini is at reorganizing my data for me. One that actually has some good amount of data in here. Reformat this data. Match this style of JSON where each status is its own object. Show it this. I don't really feel like writing a PMD script to do this, which I'm sure is possible, or
It's
doing it
definitely
myself.
possible. It's going to take some time though.
Probably not in 5 minutes.
Not in 5 minutes.
Look at that. Thank you, Gemini.
There you go. There's some of that AI gains.
AI gains right there, guys.
Uh-huh.
This is my data. I'm gonna get real hard coded here. Here to be woo. Scrolling. Org dot count. This is going to be org dot status.
I think your object looks right. I have something's working over here. So I think the object, there
Look
we
at
got,
that.
there we go.
What a pretty data. I mean, obviously you got all these zeros in there that you're not even seeing on the chart that we could get rid of, but that's pretty cool.
Yep.
So the big thing here that you really don't want to do in any kind of actual environment is hard code this data, because this is obviously going to change. So maybe that's something we can touch on next week, is, the art of PMD scripting.
Yeah,
And
that'd be a fun one.
building something out like this that can change the Orchestrate Insights API into basically this type of format. So pretty neat. Yeah, as always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the description. Happy to answer there. But we have about 3 minutes left that don't really have a whole lot of meaningful time. We could create another donut chart or another type of chart, but I feel like we're going to run into similar problems where we need this kind of structured data. And we will start that on Monday to, kind of fiddle with the PMD script to make it usable in a dynamic fashion. As always, Todd, appreciate your joining. Thanks, guys, for watching, and we will catch